All right. Buckle up, everybody, because today we're diving headfirst into the world where art collides with science. Always a fun place to be. And get this, we're heading over to the Netherlands to explore the Novalis College. And let me tell you, their approach to STEM education is, well, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, Novalis College is really shaking things up. I'll give them that. They're taking what we usually think of as STEM, your standard sciencey stuff, and they're like, let's toss in a whole lot of creativity while we're at it. And the way they're doing it, it's through this thing called, let me make sure I'm saying this right, anthroposophish.
Anthroposophish, catchy, right?
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, what is that?
Well, it's basically like a philosophy, right? And at its core, it's all about like personal growth, but not just any kind of personal growth. It's about connecting with the arts. So picture this. It's not just about like memorizing equations. It's about finding the art within those equations, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get it. So it's like they're saying, hey, science and math, they're not just these cold, hard facts. They can be a way to express yourself creatively,
Exactly, you're getting it. And this is where their creative tech curriculum comes in.
which, from what I've read, isn't just some, like, after-school art club.
No, 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 this is the real deal. They're weaving creativity directly into the core STEM subjects, like math class is becoming art class and vice versa. It's
Hmm.
pretty wild.
Whoa, that's pretty radical. So, like, how does that even work? Do they just, like, hand a kid a calculator and a paintbrush and say, go nuts?
Well, it's more nuanced than that, but the hands-on element is definitely a big part of it. They've partnered up with like all these tech companies and art groups so that students can take what they're learning and apply it to actual real-world projects. For example, they use this program called Sonic Pi. Have you heard of it?
Sonic Pi. Rings a bell.
Well, get this. It's basically a coding language, but for music.
Wait, so you're telling me these kids are learning how to code by, like, making music?
Yep, pretty cool. Huh?
That's insane.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how much more engaged I would have been in math class if I was, like, writing a symphony instead of just solving for X.
Right. And there's actually like a ton of research that shows how effective this approach is. Like studies have found that when you bring creativity into STEM learning, not only do kids get way more interested, but it can actually make them better problem solvers and more critical thinkers overall. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It's like,
Yeah.
if you can be creative with something like math, you're not just memorizing formulas, you're really understanding how those formulas work on, like, a deeper level.
100%. It's about connecting those dots between different ways of thinking.
This is blowing my mind. But they don't just stop at, like, combining tech and creativity, do they? They're also teaching these kids how to, like, be responsible digital citizens,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. They're weaving digital citizenship and ethics right into the curriculum because they realize that it's not enough to just know how to use technology. Like, you got to know how to use it responsibly. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And they had this whole thing during their Arts Week that really demonstrated this, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. During their Arts Week, they had students use that Sonic Pi program we talked about to create their own musical pieces. But here's the catch. They had to use, like, math concepts like frequency and rhythm. It was like math and music all rolled into one.
Talk about interdisciplinary learning. That's amazing.
It was really something else. And then they also did this cool project on video mapping.
Video mapping, like those, like, light shows, the ones that
Yeah.
light up buildings and stuff.
Yes, exactly. And they had the students use like math skills to manipulate light and create these crazy visual displays.
Wow, that's, like, next level stuff.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they're taking these abstract concepts and making them so tangible and exciting for these students.
And that's what it's all about, right? It's not just about like stuffing information into their heads. It's about like sparking their curiosity and making them excited about learning. And the best part is that they're not just limiting this approach to like special events like Arts Week. They're weaving it into their everyday lessons, making it a core part of their teaching philosophy.
That's incredible. Novalis College is really setting the bar high for what education can be. I got to say, it really makes you wonder, how can we bring this kind of thinking, this creative, holistic approach to other schools and learning environments? It's something worth thinking about. It's like, yeah, we need to teach kids the basics, but we also need to teach them how to think outside the box, to be creative, to be ethical, to be responsible digital citizens. It's a lot, but Novalis College is proving that it's possible. So to all the educators and parents out there, I think Novalis College is sending us a pretty clear message. We need to step up our game.